So we've got a little break in the weather here. It's almost like spring. Yesterday was upper 50s, nice and warm, melted a lot of snow. So I took the opportunity to start on some of the wall framing, the nailers for the siding and framing the door openings. These pieces I've got horizontally are the nailers for the siding. They're 3 feet apart. They give me plenty of nailing surface for the siding. Just going to go around, finish framing everything in. This side is essentially done except for a few more pieces of blocking for the sliding door. I framed in the door on the end, just the regular opening that we'll use, the man door. I've got 3 windows going in that I saved from a replacement window job, so this is one of the window openings. There'll be 1 on this end and 2 on the far end. Now these are set 3 feet apart to the center of the piece. So I went up 35 inches off the base. And I'm going to set the girt, which is this horizontal piece, the nailer, above the line. Same thing here. And these marks are just for reference. You do need to take a level and just make sure that it's level. Usually you got to tweak it a little bit. Let's go ahead and make my line. That'll be close, but I'll probably have to adjust it up or down a little bit. I've already got these cut them pretty tight so that they fit snugly in there. Just a lot easier to nail that way. Tap it down to the line, make sure it's flush on the outside, because that's what's important here. Now I'll just take the level, and this one is actually nice and level. Looks like this could go down just a little bit, not much. That's it right there. Let me go ahead, and these I can nail straight through. And these, to hide the nails, you go up underneath. And 1 in the outside, that hides the nails from view. And up top, once I do this one, I'll nail them from above so you don't tend to see them. Now, same thing here again. I've made some marks. One fits a little looser, but I'm going to nail it, pull it over tight, and then level the other end. Some of these beams have a little twist, which is why this one's fitting a little looser. It's actually twisted in a little bit. I knew that when I set the beam. Cut a little out of square. Probably the worst one. I may need to add another nailer up top because this will actually have um, an overhang. The upper siding for the gable will overlap the downstairs siding, so I probably will have to add another nailer depending on where that lands. I'll figure that out as I'm going with the siding. I purposefully set these windows a little high because we're going to have benches in here with plants, and just to avoid saturating the windows when we water stuff, I raised them up a little higher than you typically would. They're double casement windows, in really nice shape, wooden windows. They're old, but they are perfect for this situation, and rather than throw them away, we're going to use them so we get extra light in here. Oh, that one's perfect. Now, they should be all the same, but I always double check, and they are. In this case, they are the same. Now, these are all, so far, all the framing that I've done, these were all temporary braces that I had stolen lumber from my pallet to do the bracing. I'm still working off of that. So I don't usually order extra lumber for bracing. Generally just steal it from somewhere. There might be some screw holes in it. And I generally try to hide those as best I can, but for the most part, with rustic construction, you're not going to notice that. Again, that one is dead on. Nice, perfectly level. This is why we're so fussy when we're setting these posts to get everything plumb, because it just makes everything easier in the end if everything is square and level. Now there's no windows going on the back section at all, so this will get framed right in. I do one upright in the middle, and then two horizontal pieces on each side of that. I've already got my center line marked out here. Just need to get a measurement on that. And then I cut the piece and I plumb it. I don't make a top line. And I don't actually nail it until I get the sides pulled in together so that it's all consistently the same. Because you want to cut the sides the same length for the bottom one and the top one. Nail that in, and that will set that post where it needs to be. This will just be a 2x4. And we are supposed to be 9 feet, and we are right at 9 feet, which is perfect. Means everything's level. I'm going to go a little heavy on it so it fits nice and tight. I love the smell of fresh cut pine. It's just one of the things that brings back a lot of memories of construction over the years and building birdhouses as a kid. Is really where all of this started for me. Now for the purposes of plumbing this, I'm going to go ahead and shoot the bottom, nail the bottom in. That way it doesn't move on me. And that is actually perfectly plumb right there, which is crazy. It's amazing. The human eye, what you can do just by kind of eyeballing things till it looks right. Brush up the outside really good. And I'm not going to nail the top for now in case I got to shift it over a little bit. And again, I'll make my marks. 3-foot centers. Just 35 inches. And setting it just above. Again, that is perfectly level. But I always check because it sucks to stand back and see something that's not level. That marks the completion of all of our wall framing. Everything is braced off. Got nailers for all the siding. Next, I'll get the roof squared up and all the trim boards on.